Hello and welcome, Croeso. My name is Gareth, and this is the second installment of the Adventures of Hiraeth, the Wood Elf Loremaster. Of course, it's a Let's Play of LOTRO, Lord of the Rings Online, and since you've been with us last in that first episode, um, and by the way, hopefully you will not hear too many distracting noises in the background. I have a couple of dogs staying with me here for a couple of days from my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and so you might hear some extraneous woofing or whatever. Hopefully not. Anyway, so the only thing we've done is tidied up the inventory, and also I have gone ahead. There's a couple of blank spots there because I have. If you go to your character portrait, you see it has changed. Um, if you right-click and you can choose here, you can choose plain standard, and you have all these different ones awarded to you. So I had chosen that from the 10th anniversary. So if I hit C to go to our character panel, you can see the ragdoll here in the middle with the inventory and stats here. But along the bottom there are different panels that you can click to access various items. Coming in the second wood here is a title, and so what we've done, as you can see here, of Mirkwood, we have selected that. We had we were granted this 7 stars title from the 7th year anniversary, various other ones as well. My favorite being 11's is, but we're not a hobbit, so we will not do that. So we actually will keep this of Mirkwood. Okay, and that's pretty much all we've done. Let's go ahead and talk to Nos Grimsong here, the dwarf that we saw earlier. Let's see. Yeah, and for some reason we've lost sound. I offer you and your company my services, good elf. I am here on an errand from Dwalin, leader of our own travelling party. It seems that we have arrived at the same time. Dwalin wishes to understand the circumstances of this coincidental visit, and if we dwarves may be of any assistance to you here. We have come to investigate the long silence since Gomer Doursmith became steward of this hall in Thorin's absence. Why have the sons of Elrond ventured hither? Okay, so we are being asked why, and we have to apparently go and talk to Aladan, because even though we're part of the company, we haven't been told.
It is interesting that the dwarves arrived when we did, though we came for different purposes.
So our party has come to pursue my father's strange premonition, and Dwalin's party has come to investigate another claim, Gormer Doursmith's failings as steward of these halls. I wonder if our two quests are not unrelated, Hiraeth. What do you think? Well, let us begin our investigations now that we are all here. Dwalin, though a dwarf, is a friend to Rivendell. We will lend him what help we can. And so our reward is a little bit of coin, and we get a bit of equipment. And as is very standard in MMOs and RPGs in general, these are split into heavy armor, medium armor, and light armor, each of which is of a lessening amount of protection. As a spellcasting class, we are, of course, limited to light armor, so we are what we commonly refer to as squishy.
Will you lend me your ear?
My father is great among the wise, and his dreams and foretellings do not often stray from the mark.
And that was the animation we didn't get a very good view of, unfortunately, when we leveled up. It between the fact I was too far zoomed in and the fact that we have a white background, it was difficult to tell that that was in fact a white tree in bloom, which is a nice touch. So this is Elrond's dream. My father is great among the wise, and his dreams and foretellings do not often stray from the mark. These are the words he imparted to me. Blood-red footsteps upon snow-coloured black, where the dour king walks to take back his throne and finish what was begun. I am no riddle master, but some of the elves of my company have skill in solving such things. Come, let us speak with the riddle master Merethin and Dorolas, for Dorolas bade us come here. Hopefully they know where to start looking. Okay, so riddles. I love the fact that there's a bit of riddling poetry to begin the game. Um, very, very Tolkien-esque. A lovely touch from the devs.
Maid of Onan, what do you make of this riddle?
May Govanen, I am here to help solve the riddle that is Elrond's dream. Look yonder, Hiraeth. Thorin's hall belches smoke and soot, and the white snow of the mountains is black ere it touches the floor of the valley. Upon snow-coloured black. What do you think? It is rather literal for a riddle. And we can go actually over here without falling off the edge and look indeed at, we can zoom in into first person. That's a nice way to show you that. So there is Thorin's Hall in the distance, and doesn't seem to be belching too much. Maybe it's a weekend. It's their lunch break, but it does look a little bit grim and foreboding in the area. So let's go to talk to this Dorolas.
I was the one who led the party here, but there is a slight flaw in my thinking.
I was the one who led the party here, for I believe the Dow King is none other than Skorgrim, King of the Dow Hands of old. There is only one problem with my logic. Skorgrim has been dead for many long years. He died here when he tried to raid Ethelion for elven relics that he believed would ensure his immortality. I hope I have not led the party astray, but my heart tells me Skorgrim is part of this story. And if you remember, in fact, that there has actually been, as the cutscene said, a gap of 600 years between the first instance we were in and now. And we look pretty good for 600 years older. Seems like almost yesterday, doesn't it? There's somebody else leveling up here. And so let's talk to Aladan.
Why did Dorolas lead us here? Skorgrim is dead.
Dorolas led us here because he believes that Skorgrim was the Dour King in my father's dream. Had I known, I would never have let this party be led here. Skorgrim is dead. My father watched him die. But Merethen believes she has found a piece of the puzzle. The black snow, dirtied from the Dour Hand's slovenly stewardship of these halls. Notice the amount of alliteration, which is very elven. I will permit the investigation to continue, but I am very skeptical and disappointed in Dorolas's judgment. That alliteration comes from a Welsh poetic form called Cynghanedd, which you can try and Google if you can ever pronounce or spell it. So we have some gloves. All right, you're not talking to me again. Okay. We're going to hone our skills, apparently. Whether Dorolas was right or wrong in leading us here, my heart warns me that danger is near, as is often the case with the wide world of late. Before getting started, everyone should be prepared. You are a law master, as I can see plainly, but have you mastered your skills? I fear that you will be tested as a warrior in these harsh mountains. You should speak with your trainer to make sure you are ready for what lies ahead. Okay, so that we can do. We can find the elven... Whoops. We can find the Lawmaster trainer right here. The early years of the game, trainers were very, very important. You had to go to find one of these guys if you wanted to, you had to buy your new skills, and you had to learn them from there. These days, skills are granted automatically, so it's a lot easier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to equip a couple of these items that we've been given. So first of all, of course, we still had the pointy stick, this is the wood staff. So we'll here is a lovely thing. If you hold Control and left click, you can actually get a preview window of what something will look like. So you can, it's more useful for cosmetic items, but it is nonetheless a nice feature. So we will just right click to equip, and of course our robe changes. But you'll also see, as this other elf is in the way here, so you can't see, but there go our gloves. Now, going back to the character sheet, the C, the other tab that's on here, and if you've played LOTRO before, of course you know all about this, as my phone makes noises in the background. It's the cosmetic outfit system, and yes, I have unlocked all the different outfit slots over the years. As a VIP or lifer, I think we got 3 or 4. Can't remember, but I know I did unlock the others here. Now, what this does, this is the default. This is the default appearance, and of course, at the moment, everything is the same. However, if I still like the starter outfit, so I'm going to drop that on to the robe, and now you can see that at the moment we have this still there, but if I make this active, we now have the starter robe equipped, and I don't want to have the cloak visible, so there we go. Now, that doesn't mean that your stat armor is unequipped. It's purely a cosmetic appearance. And there you go. You can see the ragdoll is still the same with all the new gear on. So we could theoretically go all the way to 115 or whatever the level cap is by the time you watch this, looking as if we are still level 1, which is kind of fun. Okay, so let us talk to our trainer and Panastan. And
mind my words, traveller.
So what she says is, "Welcome, Hiraeth. It is good to meet another who walks the path of wisdom, and I will gladly share my insights with you. As you grow in knowledge and ability, you will find that you will have many allies to call upon in your struggles. The birds and creatures of the land will lend you their strength. Even the strength of the very earth can be drawn upon, or the light from the sky, or fire. It is a very subtle but rewarding experience we lawmasters seek. Demonstrate your mastery by summoning your own bear companion." Okay, that's usually when it's a different class, you have to actually target the training dummy and hit them with something or other. So let's summon the bear. I love the animation here. And here is the bear. And what are you doing to her, bear? That looks rude. Stop it. Okay, it's...
What can I do for you?
I think it's what my bear can do for you. Good, Hiraeth. I think you will be an excellent lawmaster someday, but not yet. You should return now to Eladan. I believe he wishes to begin this investigation. You can leave the bear here with me if you'd like. Sorry. Hopefully this is not too not PG appropriate. I apologize if you're offended by some of these slightly suggestive themes. I'll try and keep it in check. So we have a brand new pointy stick. A nice new sturdy staff, and indeed, if you look, it's actually much better. We go from 4.1 DPS, or damage per second, to all the way to 12.1. Okay, let us talk here too.
You have a true warrior's heart.
Alright, well done, Hiraeth. You have a true warrior's heart. Learning the ways of a lawmaster throughout your life is not an easy feat, but it is rewarding. And there we are leveled up again. And in fact, we are going to call that quits for now. I would rather err on the side of slightly shorter episodes. There will be minimal editing, so hopefully I'll be able to get these up pretty quickly. So thank you again for watching. It is appreciated. We will be back later on. It's the weekend coming up as I'm recording this, so we may not get another episode out until Monday, but I will do my best. So until then, if you liked this video, please consider hitting that like button. If you have any comments, any suggestions for naming my bear, it's a little functional right now. And until then, and also, of course, if you want to know when the next episode is available, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Until then, we will see you. Have a very nice time until we meet again in this wonderful Middle Earth.